Well, I fought for years in the legislature to make sure that Wichita Public Schools finally get their deserved piece of the pie from the state level. And I'm happy to say for the first time in almost a decade, Wichita schools will now be constitutionally funded because of the work of the legislature and people who have fought for that.
But at the end of the day, it really is about outcomes and how you can impact students in the classroom, and it's not a simple solution. It's something that requires really good teachers. You have to have active, engaged parents, and you have to have a community that's active and engaged. And so we can try and aid that in happening, and we do some things with 259, and we'll continue to do some things that promote learning. But at the end of the day, the decisions that are directly going to be impacted by students in this community are going to be done at the school board level.
Now, one of the things we can do to help support our K-12 schools and also our higher education institutions, which are world-class here in Wichita, is to talk to them about collaborative efforts. Because we know that the economy of the future is going to require that everyone to be educated to the fullest of their potential so that not only will they get their piece of the American dream, but we can attract more talent here to Wichita and more jobs here to Wichita by showing off our workforce.
What I can tell you is part of those tools are the reason that we kept Cargill in Wichita. And because of the incentive package that Plano, Texas, or Dallas was willing to put on the table, people really thought Cargill was gone, but they chose Wichita. And they chose Wichita for reasons really not associated with typical incentive programs. And that's part of where we need to focus too, is on our strength and our ability to keep those companies that aren't incentive driven. And I think we can do more of that. So we have to find those opportunities like that where we're investing, but we're investing in a way that the community wins.
So when we look into these public-private partnerships, we have to make sure that the taxpayer is treated fairly and treated like a partner. We have to make sure that the project will be accepted and will be successful. But we also need to, and one thing I offer, needs to be looking ahead, and when these tools, these community investment tools are being tweaked at the legislature, have someone at City Hall who understands that process, who can reach up to people in the legislature and say, hey, if this or this was added, then it would have a bigger impact on Wichita. It will save taxpayers money, and also it will result in a better outcome. I think I can help shape those tools because of my 7 years serving in the Kansas legislature. People in Topeka told us that we couldn't bring transparency to state government. And it's very reminiscent to what I'm hearing at these public forums from the current administration, which is, well, we can't be more transparent. And I think we can.
So we can always improve communications, and you know what I would tell you is, what does transparency look like? You ask that question to 100 different people, you're going to get 100 different answers. So it's one of those things that's not real tangible, but we have to improve. It gets even more complicated when you're working unique deals where you can't share because of a variety of issues. But at the end of the day, we answer to the public, and we've got to figure out a way that makes them more comfortable, and that always centers around how can we improve communications.
So transparency is not only allowing people to know the process is open, but also telling them they should be a part of the process and that they are valued and that we work for them. And as a legislator, I live tweet my votes from the floor. I keep my people who follow me on Facebook, I keep them updated while we're arguing on the floor in real time. That doesn't cost me anything, but while I'm doing that, I can get instant feedback.
So they can expect to see the momentum continue. In the last 4 years, we've built a new police training center. We've built a library. You've seen the river corridor grow. You've seen investment from companies as far away as Kansas City want to build an exciting, new, vibrant, mixed-use space near the river, and that's EPC from the Kansas City area. But the Cargill building, the Union Station, the Spaghetti Warehouse, IMA moving downtown, and if you look, there's multiple construction projects in the core of the city. But it's not just the core. You can go back to an article in the Business Journal For the first time in Wichita's history, you're seeing a vibrant new business park grow up on South Seneca and 235 and the Greenwich corridor that is just blossoming with all kinds of new opportunities. What you're going to see is that kind of momentum continue. And truly believe that we don't want to jeopardize that kind of community momentum in this community. And what you're going to get with me is a continuation of great momentum and growing a Wichita that we can all be proud of.
So if I'm mayor, I want to change the culture of Wichita in City Hall. I want to make sure that Wichitans know that we have our doors open, and not only are they able to come and have a meeting, but they have a seat at the table, that we value input. Also, I think Wichita is at a pivotal moment. We're at a moment right now where we can make us a leader regionally. In the 80s, Wichita was economic development was double that of the national average. Right now it's the opposite. Right now in Wichita, our job growth is a 0.5 percentage point, and we are lagging behind our regional comparable cities. And I think that the person who should be mayor of Wichita shouldn't be happy with that. We should be looking forward and trying to reclaim what Wichita once was, which was a regional leader. But Wichita, we've done it before, and we could do it again because our best days lie ahead.